Ee-Lynn with method number 271346, and today I would like to give a speech. The topic is the ways to master a language. In this globalization and high technology era, international communication easily occurs in social medias such as Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. This means now learning a foreign language is very important for everyone, so they can easily understand what people are saying. According to Cambridge English Dictionary, language is a system of communications that consisting of sounds, words, grammars that used by peoples in a certain community and country. In my own research, language also can be presented through our facial and body movement. That's called body language. However, what we are talking about right now is the normal and simple and used by the most people language. Before that, let me ask you some questions. What language have you learned from your previous and current? Do you enjoy it? Well, for me, it is a must for people to know how to communicate in at least 2 languages. This is because learning different languages is not only feeling fun, it is an important item to build out a simple conversations. We also can gain extra knowledge, and it will help you a lot when we are working or traveling. Let me share with you my own experience. I started to learn languages when I was a kid. No doubt, those are Bahasa Melayu, English, and Mandarin. As a Malaysian, we have to learn 2 to 3 languages. For example, Bahasa Melayu, English, Mandarin for the Chinese, and Tamil for the Indians. In fact, I started to learn foreign language when I was in primary school. I learned Japanese. Then, I learned Korean when I was Form 3 and Thai when I was Form 6 until now. In the end, I can speak in different languages for a general conversation. When the people find that out about me, they always ask me, how do you do that? What's your secret? Today, I'm here to share with you the 3 basic ways to master a language, that is, listen, speak, practice. Let's start with the first one. To master a language is to listen. Based on research, Mary Maron, the author of Wall Street English, has found out that when we learn a language, firstly, we listen, then we speak, then we read, and finally we write. The first step is listening, as listening is a receptive and input as the exposure you have to enter take language in use. She stated that listening plays an important part in learning any language. Effective listening ensures understanding and it helps improve accuracies when speaking, among other things. When we are listening to a language, we are not only paying attention on what is said, but also on how it is said. As every language has its own grammars and ways to speak, this is the active way when listening. Mary also listed some mediums we can use while listening: music, movies, news, TV shows, radios, and attending plays, exhibitions, and talks. First, listen to music is one of the ways, as music have melodies. I believe it can help us to stronger our memories. Paying attention and read the lyrics when listen to the music can help us to understand the meaning. The next, watching movies, news, TV shows, and radios also can help us to increase our understanding of the storyline other than listen to what they said. Firstly, we can watch the movies with subtitles. Then, slowly with the subtitles when we are feeling more comfortable. We also can listen to the radio, even though we do not know what they are talking about. Our ears can slowly get into the sound of language. We also can attend to the talks and plays that organized by schools or community. It will be a little bit more difficult, as there is no subtitles, but we can train ourselves in listening. In my opinion, listening is the basic and the simplest way to learn a language, as the more we listen, we can slowly start to speak out in the language. Think back when we are babies. We always listen to what adults say and learn to imitate them what they are saying. After that, speaking also a basic way to learn and master a new language. Mark Manson, an author and life enthusiast, who found out that we should dare to speak out and do not fear when we speak wrong. We can find a native speaker to have conversation with them in their language. At the beginning, there will be a lot of fun and stupid things, as we aren't fluent enough to speak out. However, speaking is the one way to let us increase the proper pronunciation. When we speak with the native speaker, we can learn more pure and typical pronunciations, as the native speaker can directly correct us and teach us face to face and sound to sound. Indirectly, we can learn what we couldn't find in the books. By speaking with the native speaker, we also can increase our listening, as well as we have to understand what they are saying. This shows the relation between speaking and listening. Besides, we also can have monologue with ourselves. When there is no one we can speak with, we can speak when we are doing our daily activities or after we learn some new phrases. After all, we could not feeling cringe when we speak in the language that we learn. By speaking, we can figure out pronunciation patterns. As we frequently speak in the language we learn, we can slowly get into the maze of the language patterns and become more fluent in the future. From the own experience by Mark Manson, he found out that all Latin-based languages will have similar pronunciation patterns based on Latin words. As an illustration, the words end with "shan" in English will almost end with "sião" in Spanish and "são" in Portuguese. For example, communication in English, comunicação in Portugal, and comunicação in Spanish. Speaking can help us to increase our memories and pronunciations, as we always talk and we can do correct immediately. As Mark said, it looks stupid, but we have to accept it. In my own words, we are a plain paper for a new item, and it is not a shame to have failure. That's the basic ways to master a language. Let's move into the important step to learn and master a language, that is practice. And serial entrepreneur Michael Previs stated that learning a language needs recently practice no matter in what way, such as listening, speaking, reading, writing. Michael says that when we do practice, we should not do it on and off or non-frequent. As the result, he says that we can't just do a lot of practice in one day and rest for 3 days. Even though you are practicing in this way, will show less performance improvement. There is a research that on what knowledge we learn in that one day will decay in those few days. Thus, what Michael recommended, we have to set our own learning schedule and stick on it. As we can make it a routine, the battle is partly won. Here are some tips from my own experience in doing practices. What we can do are, we can always bring along some mini phrases cards, download the learning apps, and always monologues with ourselves. First, we can make our own mini phrase card. Write down the new phrases that just learned and bring it on along. As we make it in mini size, it is portable. Thus, we can read and memorize it whatever we are doing, at where we are, at what time. We also can download the learning apps into our phone. There are several types we can use, such as Translate, learning phrases, and e-exercises. This is more convenient because we always focus on our phones. Why not we use this opportunity to learn something new and useful? Next, this step will be a little bit challenging, as we have to monologue ourselves in the language we learned. We can speak to ourselves or just practice in our heads. However, this can help us to make us more comfortable while learning the phrases and words. We also can imagine the storylines of ourselves in using that language we learned. This is quite interesting and fun. As old people say, practice makes perfect. The frequent we practice, the better result we will get. Make it as a routine in our life. There's no harm to you and me. In a nutshell, by following the 3 basic ways, that is, listen, speak, and practice, there is no harm for us. Mastering a new language can bring benefits to us, and maybe someday your interest will make it as a need in your future life. Learning and mastering a language might be boring. Learning and mastering a language might be hard and boring for you guys. But believe me, you can find it fun and joy during your learning, and you will be grateful and proud of yourself when you can fully master that language you learned. I'm here not to ask you to be a polyglot, but why not we give a try on what is new to us. Thank you.